So whoever I'm picking up on here today, I can see that you are an authoritative figure, okay? You are in some kind of leadership role in your life. People also just look up to you and look to you for advice. You've always got people coming to you, looking for suggestions or help with something. You probably most likely have your own business, or you're in an authoritative or managerial sort of position in your job, and because of this, you are extremely disciplined. You're clear in your thinking. You're a truthful, honest person. Though I am picking that up. The problem is that you've always put your head over your heart. Now, this has led to some kind of negative situation. And what I'm picking up here is that you ended up in a codependent relationship, right? Both parties were just overly reliant on each other. And, maybe it's because you're always in that leadership role that you just wanted to depend on somebody for a while. But this led to an extremely bad outcome. Okay, there was a heartache here. I can see a breakup, all right, or even a divorce for some of you, for those of you who are or were married. And you've been going through a lot of pain. This has kind of made you extremely controlling and fragile. Also, we've got a bit of a lack mindset where you're just holding on to your material goods and your money too tightly. And I mean, I can't blame you for that. Nobody can blame you for that. But you need to look at the long-term outcome of this situation, okay? In every bad situation, there must be a good outcome, okay? What goes up must come down. I mean, these are laws of physics. So everything is always changing, and the patterns in our lives are changing. You might be going through an extremely bad period now, but you must understand that the sun will rise again and you will be victorious, okay? But you need to start investing in yourself. And this is where I see some mental clarity and breakthroughs coming into your life. Okay, before this reading, I had a bit of a vision where I saw this lighthouse and I couldn't understand what it was, but I'm realizing that, the lighthouse is a symbol of a beacon of hope, all right? Basically it's your ship coming in, okay? Something positive is coming into your life very soon, but you have to be more positive in yourself, right? Remember, we don't attract what we want, we attract who we are. So if you're going to stay this rigid, headstrong, unshakable, unbreakable, person who doesn't change their ways, then you're going to continue getting the same outcomes. Okay, you need to start being a little more relaxed. You need to start moving into your heart space, because I can see whatever happened here, you've become extremely blocked in your heart chakra, and we cannot create anything from a blocked heart chakra. The moment you open your heart and you start acting from that heart space is the moment you can start manifesting this life that you actually deserve, and this life that you want on the soul level. You probably don't even know that you want this, but you're never going to get anywhere if you keep staying in this material 3D mindset. I must do this, I must be that for these people. You don't always have to be in control of every situation. Okay, now it's time to go within and to release that control and allow spirit to take over control. That means having faith and trust and gratitude for what you do have in your life. But you have to let go and trust that the universe has something better in store for you. Okay, the moment you shift your energy, there will be so much mental clarity, there will be so much understanding of what is to come in your life. And I do want to pull some more cards here. I am going to pull from this Light Seers deck of mine. just to find out, these cards get a bit stuck sometimes, just to find out if Spirit has any more to share with you, any information that we can help you with to guide you through this transition. So Spirit, what does our collective have to do in order to shift this mindset? Here we go. Page of Cups. You know, that's it. Look at this guy. He's just sitting at the beach, comfortable, relaxed. You know, he's spending time alone in nature, you know, realizing that you can love yourself. You don't need the love of another to make you happy. I don't know if you can see the two hands there holding together. You know, they've got the fingers together like this. And I actually had a vision of that earlier with two people holding their hands together. You know, oh, actually it was one of those hearts. Very popular on social media. But the Page of Cups is it's like a young emotional energy. You need to get back to that youthful, playful energy, you know, where your emotions are very light and very high vibrational. Love, joy, peace. These are the emotions we should be acting from on a daily basis, constantly. If you live in the present moment, you will live from this energy, right? You can even see his hair is blowing in the wind, and he's just totally relaxed and comfortable with life, happy where he is right now in his current life situation. Stop thinking about what you don't have. You know, that is a lack mindset, and start being grateful for what you do have. I've already mentioned this. Okay. And there's even a little picture here of a pig flying. You know the old saying, when pigs fly. Stop believing that. Start having a little bit of faith in the mystical, and that magic can happen. Because the moment you believe that, you will start to see the magic happening in your life. Okay. Anything else you can share here, Spirit? Okay. Yeah, currently you're in a losing battle with yourself. I mean, the Five of Wands says that you're kind of at war with yourself. And if you look at this, it's 5 people. It's all the same guy, or same person rather. This is not about man or woman. You could be any kind of energy. But you can see he has built all these steps to try and climb out of this hole, but he's just not getting it right. He keeps on falling down. He keeps on, because you are trying to create new outcomes using the same old strategies, right? As Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Now, that's not to say you're crazy or insane, but it is to say that if you keep doing the same things, you're going to keep getting the same outcomes, okay? And you're never going to get out of that hole, all right? And that's, you're currently in that hole. I can see that you're trapped in that hole. So yes, you might be successful in terms of finances. You might be a good leader and boss or manager, but you're neglecting all the other aspects of your life. All what life is truly about. Life is not about money. Life is not about work. That's all for the economy and for our governments and to keep growing the global economy. Sure, that's great. But that's not who you are. That's just what you do. Who are you? These are the questions you need to start going within and asking yourself the deeper questions. Who am I? You are the soul. Okay, you are not your mind. You are not your body. You have a mind. You have a body. But you are the soul. You need to discover who you are as the soul. And the only way to do that is to start finding, boom, some balance in your life. This is Temperance. You can see he's got the 2 balls here that represent the light and shadow, right? Yin, yang. You can't just do the one and not focus on the other. You need to balance the 2. Yes, we need material aspects. Yes, we need money to survive. But what's happening about the shadow aspect of you? The parts of yourself that you're hiding and that you hide from society and that you probably don't like because you haven't tapped into that yet. That is being neglected. The moment you start tapping into that, and I recommend meditation, starting to journal, find some creative outlet or expression. Could be reading, could be writing, could be singing, drawing, could be painting, could be anything, right? A creative outlet to help you tap into your shadow aspect, to help you tap into your more divine feminine energy, okay? Because we all have a balance of both energies. Unfortunately, we live in a very masculine driven world. It's all about the ego and the money and the image, and it's all surface level, and it's all what you see on the surface. What about what you don't see? As within, so without. As above, so below. As the universe, so the soul. All right, well, it starts as above, so below, but you get it. So there needs to be some balance. You need to start finding balance in your life. And again, find something that you enjoy doing and start doing that, or something that you enjoyed as a kid and get back into that again. That is where you will unlock your hidden potential. You will unlock the deeper aspects of who you are as a soul. Okay? Anything else you want to share here, Spirit? Is there anything more? What else do we have in store for our collective? Oh, wow. Okay, just as I was thinking this, what about a love situation? So, again, you know, as you find balance with temperance, so too will you find justice. This is about karmic justice, right? Not just legal justice, but in this case, it's karmic justice, balancing the scales of karma. You've worked through the worst now. Now it's time to focus on the better side of you, right? The side that you think is so scary and so dark is actually where you're going to find your true calling and find your peace and joy and love. So the scales of justice need to be balanced out here. That's a little bit of confirmation for somebody. We also have here the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Wow. So there's definitely a masculine energy in your field, right? In your energetic field, whether you've met this person already or not, they are wanting to come forward. They are wanting to get more connected with you in a more material way. But until you change this rigidity, until you get over this heartache and heartbreak that you went through, that energy is never going to come through to you. The universe is trying to send the right person for you, your true person, right? This was probably just a karmic experience that you had to go through, a lesson you had to learn. Even if you were married for 20 years, even if you have kids and grandkids together, right? That doesn't matter. That was not your person. That's why you're not together. That's why the universe has removed that person from your life, because there is somebody better in your field. Just look at this. This person's romantic, they're mature, right? You can see they are willing to walk a mile to make you happy, okay? They want to bring you flowers. They want to shower you with love. This is your person, but you have to open your heart. The moment you open your heart is the moment you can attract that person in, just like a magnet. Okay, that's exactly how we work, like magnets. At the moment you're repelling this person out of your life. The moment you shift your energy, it's like when you turn that magnet around, that's the moment you suck that person towards you. You draw them. You don't have to go chasing after them, because you'll end up in another heartache situation. You'll end up in another codependent relationship. You don't want that anymore, right? You're evolving. You're awakening. You're becoming the person that you were always meant to be, okay? But you have to believe in yourself and believe in that first, and it all comes to you, all of it, right? You will have the love of your life, okay? So I think that is all for today. That is the message that Spirit wanted me to share with you. I hope that this message has reached whoever it was intended for. And I really hope that you guys will like my channel, subscribe, or like this video, subscribe to my channel. Your likes and subscribes are not only there to help me and the algorithm, but it's also part of your energetic connection towards me. So I will be able to read more accurate for you if you are following my account, liking my content. It does connect us more deeply on the spiritual level, on the ethereal plane. Okay, so take care, guys, and I will see you all soon.